Welcome to the exposure revision video. In this video we'll be covering a summary of the poem and 3 easy to remember quotes with explanations that you can use in your exam. So to start off with, in this poem, soldiers are in the trenches, afraid the enemy will attack. However, their biggest enemy is the weather. They are being left exposed to that. We can link this to nature being the enemy, the main enemy, sacrifice and suffering, an existential crisis, which is where you question everything, the meaning of life and all the decisions you've made. We can also link this to death and fear. Now, if we're looking at the first quote, the merciless iced east winds that knive us. If we look at the overall picture, this is personification is used here to emphasise that nature is the violent enemy instead of the opposing soldiers they are fighting. And then for those aiming for the higher grades, when we zoom in on the adjective merciless, this implies that the weather is unforgiving. It doesn't care about which side of the war you're fighting on. It is only there to destroy and attack. Now, if we look at a second quote, which is, "What are we doing here?" The speaker is using a rhetorical question here. He has doubts, he's deflated. Why are they really here? Why are they fighting? It could be that he believes he's been sold a lie. He's been misinformed about what fighting for his country will be like and the reasons he should. Is war really worth the sacrifice, the pain, the death? Now, if we look at the last quote, "but nothing happens," this is repeated throughout the poem. It is a simple sentence. They're there lying awake in fear, thinking the enemy will attack them and ultimately kill them, but it's the weather that is slowly killing them. You can look at an alternative interpretation that it suggests that they believe death doesn't change anything, but nothing happens. There is no reason for people to die, possibly because there will always be conflict and war, so, why are they there? Why should they die for something that's just going to be repeated? And then if we look at a conclusion, so the poem emphasises that there are other factors during war that makes war so powerful and full of continuous suffering. Because in this case, the fighting has stopped, even though they're waiting for the enemy to attack. The fighting has stopped, yet they are still suffering. They're still reeling in misfortune and hardship. This is due to the weather. The speaker is scared and distressed and wonders, ultimately, is it all worth it? So, hopefully you enjoyed the video. You should now have a clear understanding of the poem and 3 quotes with explanations that you can use in your exam. So thanks for watching.